I'm a very shy person, so this is very difficult for me to do this. So bear with me and have some patience. I am trying my hardest. I swear I'm trying my... Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, my God, me shy? Me being shy. That's like saying the Pope is Catholic. Okay. Oh, wait, he is Catholic. It's like saying the Pope is Protestant. Well, you know what I'm saying. Okay, come on. All right. Introduction video in terms of a couple of expectations, what you need to do, what you need to know, blah, 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 blah. Zoom is optional. You don't have to do a Zoom session. I have one on Monday morning for you early risers. That's what time this class would have been if we were meeting. If it was originally scheduled, and it was originally scheduled to be an in-person meeting, it would have been Monday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock until, I think they had it until 2 o'clock because they built in a lunch break. Whoa, it's a long time. And so I'll have a Zoom meeting every Monday at 8 for you early risers, and for you not so early risers, or maybe you're working or whatnot, you can't make that. I have a Zoom at Wednesday at 5:30. Actually, I have one for 5 o'clock for my Chem 1 and my Chem 2. I have one, I'll do 5:30. So that right away, you know the Zoom sessions are optional. They're helpful. You don't have to go. You don't have to show up to any of them. You can show up to both of them every week. So I have students that show up to every one every week because there's always something that I like to convey that they, get a little inside information on. And not inside information, I won't say that, but something they're not clear about. And so I will give you like a heads up in these meetings. They're very short. They don't last very long. Usually it's like 6 or 7 minutes, and then I'll say, all right, see you next time. And if you want to stick around for extra help, stick around and ask questions. And that's what some students do. They stick around. They use these as extra help sessions. So certainly that is something that you can do. So you can get your extra help during those Zoom times. Extra help can be done through email, but it's hard, it's difficult, it's slow. And it's difficult to understand what people are talking about, and then sometimes you don't get my answer or you don't get it fast, and it's a pain. So if you want extra help, certainly tune into these Zoom times. If you don't have any questions and everything's great, you don't need extra help, you never have to show up to a Zoom session. It's up to you, okay? But they're there for you as a student in your benefit. Okay, I make lots of videos on my own. Some videos I don't make on my own. Some of the content theory. There are some really good videos out there, and there are really good tutorials out there put out by Khan Academy, by Brightstorm is one. Believe it or not, actually, Organic Chemist, the Organic Chemist, although it's not organic chemistry, does really good videos for tutorials that you can go to. You can sign up to Khan Academy and actually become a member, and they have all kinds of stuff set up for you. If you need any resources or any extra help, and you can't make a Zoom session and email's too slow, you can find anything these days online. Back in my day, we had to go to the library. It was uphill both ways, and I had to walk through snowstorms, and with no shoes on, and sometimes I was even pregnant. And I made that part up. I wasn't. Point is, you can get all kinds of extra help if you need it. All right, but I do make a lot of my own videos because I tailor them to what I want you to know for my academic adventures, AKA tests. I just don't like saying tests because it's a dirty 4-letter word, I don't like those words. So I say academic adventure, makes it sound more fun and exciting. Woo-hoo. So I do all my problem-solving videos. So when I want to give you a problem, and I will on a test, I will go over it first. I don't pull any punches. I'm not trying to fool you. So I will go over a problem. I'll load that problem into Canvas, into what I call the module section. If you're looking at your student view, you would look up to so this is you, me, I'm me, you're me, you're me. You know what okay, I'm you. When I'm looking at my computer, I will look over here on the left, and there's something that says module, and you'll click on that, you'll open it up. First thing you'll see are all the modules that will be loaded in for the course. And I'll load them in periodically. I'm not going to load everything in all at once. Some of you will go, and get overwhelmed. But I load them in, and the first thing is essential course documents. In any document I'm referring to or topics or schedule or syllabus or labs. They're all in there, and many of them are all in there already, about 90% of them. So you can check those out. Then after that, I'll put this introductory video, okay, introductory video. And then after that, we'll go lab videos. So I'll be doing some of these labs for you, and I'll put the videos in the lab videos. I mean, it makes sense, right? You're going to a lab and make a lab video, put in lab videos. And then from there on, what I do is by date, if we were meeting, so the first time we would meet would have been this upcoming Monday, which would be June 15th. I will have topics, content or video content for topics covered on June 15th, and it's there. And what you would do is click on that and open up, and there's these videos loaded in. For when it comes to theory stuff, I will do some of my own videos, and mostly my own videos, but sometimes I'll use somebody else who's done something really well. I was saying before, and I got sidetracked. I sidetracked myself. I do that a lot. And if somebody's done a really good video, and I think it's how I would teach it, then I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'll put that in for you. And I say, you need to watch those, though. You need to watch those because the content will be based upon these videos that you will be asked questions. So as the course goes on, we get a lot more problem solving. First two meetings for the first week of the course would be all theory, except for one problem. And then after that, it's like problem solving heavy people. This is a problem solving heavy course after the first two, what I call the first two meetings. And when I say the meetings, I will refer to, again, if we were meeting in person, the first 2 days that we would have met would not be as problem solving heavy, they're theory heavy. And that lends to multiple choice questions on exams. I'll get to that in just a second. So you have a lot of videos to watch. I mean, you're online, we're not live, but I like to make videos. I set it up right here. I go over them. Sometimes I put them in my home. I'll just do them at home. I don't feel like coming in to school. I can't get into MCC. It's shut down, but I also teach at Pinkerton Academy. I teach AP at Pinkerton Academy, and this is my room, and I can get in there so I can make videos. So I actually have a lab to work with, so I will do lab videos for you. And I will teach as if you were in front of me. I'll tell stupid jokes. I'll make movie references and music references. And I'm good at dad jokes. Okay, I have my dad card. Okay, I'd show it to you, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, I show you. See, dad card. So I'm allowed to make dad jokes. And I will just teach you as if I'm teaching now as if you were in front of me. This is how I am in class. I'm not making this up. I really am. I'm relatively low key. I like to have fun, okay? I mean, they don't pay me enough not to have fun. They only pay me $1.2 million a year, and that is not enough money to not have fun. I'm telling you, $1.2 million, okay? It's not a lot, okay. Where was I? Oh, the test. I was talking about the test. So the videos that I make are tailored to my exams, and there are 3 of them. And those tests will be multiple choice, some short answer. Sometimes I'll be asking you a couple of questions or something in short answer, and then problem solving. All right, so about 1/3 to 40% of your points comes from multiple choice questions, and that's a lot of the content, the theory comes from that. The multiple choice comes from that, and then the problem solving are the problems. Like again, I'm straightforward. So if I'm doing a problem on the board, you are going to want to know how to do that problem. Okay? All right, yeah, I got something in my eye. I'm winking. Ow. Got to clear that. Okay, you with me? Okay, I'm telling you. Again, I don't try to fool anybody. So I basically use the same problems, and I tweak a little thing here, a little thing there, but it's essentially the same. So if you understand how to do them, then you'll understand how to do them on the test. There are 3 tests. There's one thing that I do ask. This course was not supposed to be online. It was supposed to be you and I meeting in person. And then when they loaded this course in, they called it asynchronous, meaning that we don't have any specific times to meet. And technically, we don't. You can attend a Zoom meeting or not, but, said the chain smoker. Said the chain smoker. Okay, tough crowd. You do have to make yourself available 3 times, okay? 3 times. That is, now I gotta get these right. June 29th, July 13th, July 29th. I think those are the 3 days. I typed this all out already. I put this in the announcement. I said, read for content. If you didn't read for content, then you don't know what I'm talking about. You should. Please go read that because it's there. It's in writing. But you need to make yourself available for 2 hours. 3 hours. From 5 o'clock until 8 o'clock. Those nights, you have to be available. Those are the tests. That's it. Those are the 3 times I ask you to make sure that you clear your schedule and you be there those 3 nights. If you are not, or if you're, no, I can't make it, I'm going to go, I was planning to go scuba diving in the Bahamas on July 13th. I can't do that. Okay. All right, but then you will have to take a makeup exam that will not be the same as the exam I loaded in, because if I load an exam in for you to do it and then somebody else has it, it's out there. And you don't get that advantage because these are timed. These tests are timed. You get from 5 until 8, 3 hours, and I give you 10 minutes to submit the exam. So by 8:10, if I don't have it, email back to me. It is considered late, and you lose 1 point per minute late. So if you are 20 minutes late and just kind of, relax, you're watching some reruns of Friends while you're doing your test. Oh, look what good time it is. And you hand it in to me or send it back to me at 8:30, you just lost 20 points because you're 20 minutes late. I do this because I have to do what I consider called academic integrity to the exam. I need to test you if you know how to do the test. I mean, you know how to do this material. Do you know how to do what you're supposed to know how to do? So that means you don't get to take 6 hours and go back and then look at the videos while you're taking which you can do. I'll explain that in a minute. But you can't go back and start looking at, hours of videos that I had made to answer a question because you didn't do it previously, which you were supposed to do. Okay, you don't get that. Now, 3 hours is a long time if you've gone through the videos and have a clue as to how to do the problems that I've gone over. If you've done your job and gone through the problems and understand them and practice them, and 3 hours is a good amount of time. It is. And you get 10 minutes to submit the test. And please also do it in PDF form. I prefer that. It's just easier. No matter what device I use, I can read it. Some of my devices are very picky if it's not PDF. So it's plenty of time. If you don't do your job prior to the exam and you don't practice and don't know the material, then it's going to be 3 hours, not enough time, and that's where the penalty comes in. Because again, you haven't done your job. Now, when it comes to tests, you can use, you ready? You can use your book, your notes, internet sources, including the videos that I have put out for you. You can go back and you can refer to those videos. It's perfectly fine. The only thing I ask you, you're not using another person. You can use whatever sources you want. Have your notes, your book, everything in front of you when you're taking this test. Maybe you're taking it on a device and maybe you have another device ready to go and check things out online. It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Which is, again, why 3 hours is plenty of time. But what you're going to run into is okay, all right, I remember this problem, or maybe you don't, maybe you didn't see it. And I'm going to go, okay, there's a problem on here. Let me go look at his videos. Okay, there's one that's like this. I'll look at it now and watch him now. Well, it's going to take me 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes to go through that one problem. If you do that, how many problems are you going to be able to get done? Not very many now, are you? Okay, you do your job. Be prepared before the exam. That exam night, that 3 hours is a good amount of time for you to get it done. All right, so you submit, you hand in, you email it to me. Email it to me, my email address at MCC. It's at the top of the syllabus. Take a look at that. It's just my name, S. Gundrum, at Community College of Southern New Hampshire.edu. You can also submit through Canvas, but it's kind of a pain. I get them in 2 different spots, so I prefer my email. All right, so those are the exams. Now, labs, I do a lot of lab videos for you. You're going to be my lab partner, you're right there with me, and we're gonna get data together, and you will get those labs and that information, and you're gonna write a lab report. If you and I were in person, and you were handing physically in a lab report to me, there is a format that I have that you'd have to do an abstract. You'd have to learn how to write one. You would have to do an experiment section. You would have to do an error analysis, a discussion, answer questions, and all this stuff. Online, when you hand this stuff in, it is a pain for me to grade online. It is a pain. It takes 3-4 times longer to grade things online. compared to when I have it in front of me. And so what I'm going to do for a lab report is you just have to do three things. And I will go over this again. I'll make an announcement to just kind of cover this quickly, but here are the three things you need to hand in for a lab report. Data table, calculations, and answer the questions provided for every lab. There's some questions, usually anywhere from 4 to 5 questions, somewhere in there. Those are the three things. Show me your data table, but you and I will be getting together as lab partners. Do your calculations for the data, answer the questions, hand that in email, submit an email, and that is your lab. Okay, your first lab for this course, is a lab safety test. That's already been loaded into Essential Documents. It's there. Go check out module, Essential Documents, everything's in alphabetical order. And if it says safety test, S down at the bottom, because it's lower in the alphabet, yes, scroll down, you will find it. There are 3 pages, do each page. Submit those. You can look up the answers online. Google is your friend. All right, Google is your friend. A lot of them make sense. The only one you're not going to do is question 21, because question 21 says draw our lab. And we're not in our lab, so you can't do that. So you're not going to do question 21, but every other one you should be able to answer. If for some of you, I've looked at the list for our course, and some of you were in my class for Chem 1. It's the exact same safety test, exactly. So, take the old one, use it, and doggone it, you should get 100. If not, 98 or something like that. So use the old one. Everybody should be getting a 90 and above. It's not that hard. You just have to do some research and look up the information and get the answers. That's going to be a lab grade. That'll count as your first lab grade. And labs are 25% of your your grade for the course, 25%. And labs should be relatively easy for you. They should be relatively good grades for you. They're grade boosters. 3 tests, 75%. Do the math. Each test is 25%. Your labs, 25% total, but that's a grade booster. They're not that difficult to do. They don't take you that much time. They're going to take me a lot more time. I do them while you sit back, eat a donut, and drink coffee, and then, wow, and then I got to grade them, okay? So you see how easy you kids have it? Like back in my day, uphill both ways to the library. Yep, sorry, I was ranting. Okay, I'll stop. All right, so those, now homework, you have a textbook. You go to Essential Documents and you'll say problems, go to P, scroll down to P, problems there's 4 of them, 4 different ones, problems 1, problem 2, problem 3, problem set 4, problem set 1. Problem set 1 shows you some problems out of the book. Well, you just said 75% and 25%, that's 100%, so there's no homework grade. Yes, that's true, but if you do the homework and you send that to me with the homework you've done, you get bonus points added to your test. Bonus points added to your test, people. You're going to need bonus points. Everybody can use them. Yes, they can. So you get 2 benefits out of doing the homework. One, it's practice problems, and the solutions can be found online. You Google Chang chemistry solutions. The 11th, 12th, and 13th edition of the book are identical to each other. They changed a few pictures, that was it. So the solutions for the 11th edition, they're out there. I've seen them. So you can actually get every solution. I suppose you could just copy the solutions down and hand them in, say, yours. That's fine. I mean, you can do what you want, But do the problems. Extra practice, 1, and 2 bonus points added to your test. And depending on which set, I usually add around 8 bonus points, anywhere from 6, 7, 8 bonus points added to your test score. It's a lot. That's almost a full grade. So doing them does benefit you. If you don't do them, that's fine. There's just no penalty for not doing them, but that's up to you. Let's see. Thinking. I'm thinking about what else I wanted to talk about. I talked about labs. Talked about the tests and the 3 important dates. If you can't make one of those test nights, you're going to take a makeup test that you and I are going to have to decide upon. I was saying earlier, if you're going to the Bahamas and scuba diving on July 13th, then you're going to have to set up a makeup test date for me. It will be a different test. It will not be the same test. It'll be different. Now, this night, I wouldn't say it's harder. I wouldn't say it's going to be a harder exam, but what will happen is, since it's not going to be completely synchronous with the problems that I do for the first exam, I mean, it's just not. It's not going to be the same exact problems. So, so most people would find that to be a little bit more difficult, a little more challenging. Well, it's not any more difficult, but it's only difficult from the sense that it's not, my videos are geared toward the 3 tests that I already have created for the summer. And a makeup test would not be one of those 3. It'd be different. Okay, so try to make those 3 nights. Okay, all right, let's see. So we talked about the tests, the format, what you can use, the labs, the format, the percentages, the homework, the bonus you get out of those, and actually I have for this class done a lot of the videos are done for the second half because in the spring, of course, we went remote, so a lot of my content videos are already done. I just have to get the first half done, and that's what I'll be doing. As soon as I turn this off, I'm going to start working on videos for you. Okay, the first Zoom meeting this Monday, or this at 8 o'clock in the morning, or this Wednesday at 5:30 in the afternoon. If you have any questions, if you did read carefully my announcement in Canvas, and you've listened to me at this point, if you had listened to me at this point, you're still awake. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? You should be like drooling by now listening to me. If you have any good questions, if you still have questions, then tune into Zoom. If you don't have any questions, you don't have to, but I will try to fill everything in every week. I'm on Zoom, and sometimes I'll just give a pointer here or there, and those are extra help. All right, so I'm done. I've been babbling. I've been making like an ancient city, and for 21 minutes, babbling on. Babbling on. Ancient city.